Okay, picture this. A stadium, absolutely buzzing. But it's not just, the usual concert hype.
Mhm.
There's this electric energy, like something major is about to happen. We're talking music, a huge rivalry, public spectacle, all colliding. Really dramatic.
Yeah, a real cultural flashpoint moment.
Exactly. We're dropping you right into the Rogers Center, Toronto, June 13th, 2025.
Hmm.
And this isn't just any old concert, it's Kendrick Lamar.
Right, in Drake's hometown. That's
Like,
key.
huge stadium, too. One Drake himself hasn't actually played on tour, which is kind of interesting. And it's Lamar's first show there since their whole rift really went into hyperdrive.
Hmm. The stakes felt incredibly high.
So we're digging into an article from globalnews.ca to unpack this. Our mission today, break down those big moments, the tension underneath it all, how the fans reacted, everything. Basically, your shortcut to getting the full picture on this massive music event.
And it's fascinating just how much expectation was piled onto this one night. Like you said, not just a concert. For a lot of people, this was potentially like a major statement in the Kendrick-Drake beef.
Totally. The buildup was intense. First time back in Toronto since things got really heated last year. I bet some people bought tickets almost hoping he'd just, pour gasoline on the fire right there on stage.
Right, they wanted the drama.
But the article suggests he took a slightly different tack, didn't he? Mostly.
He did, yeah. For a lot of the show, Lamar seemed to take the high road. The reporting highlights that he really focused on the music itself, not just constant digs or pal-outs, which might have surprised some folks who were there purely for the conflict aspect.
But then came the moment. The one everyone was kind of holding their breath for. He pulls out what everyone's calling his ace card. He performs Not Like Us.
Ah, yes. The diss track.
The diss track. The huge chart topper that, let's be honest, really seemed to knock Drake down a peg or two in the court of public opinion. What did the article say about how that landed? The immediate impact?
Oh, it was exactly what you'd expect. Explosive. The piece describes it vividly. Phones instantly shot up all over the stadium. The crowd just erupted, people moving, shouting along with every single pretty contemptuous lyric. It was undeniable. That was the focal point.
Yeah, direct hit, after kind of playing it cool before that.
Exactly. And then after the song finishes, he just stands there. Center stage, spotlight on him, and the crowd just roars for like 2 solid minutes.
Wow. 2 minutes.
Yeah, and they're chanting, one more time, one more time. The energy must have been insane. But he didn't. He didn't do the encore of that track they were begging for.
Interesting. Maybe a strategic move. Keep them wanting more.
Could be. Yeah, it certainly adds to the whole narrative, doesn't it? It leaves that massive impact hanging in the air without maybe overplaying it. But he definitely gave them a show otherwise. Played other stuff, hits from the new album, GNX.
Right, like Squabble Up and TV Off.
Yep, those were mentioned. Plus older stuff, too, like Humble and All the Stars did that one with SCA, who was on tour with him.
And zooming out a bit, these Toronto shows, they were the only Canadian dates on this whole tour with SCA, right?
That's right, just Toronto.
And choosing the Rogers Center, that huge place Drake hasn't headlined, that feels, well, deliberate.
No.
Like framing it as a symbolic victory lap right in his rival's territory.
It absolutely feels that way. The venue choice itself becomes part of the story, a visual statement. Which kind of brings us to the deeper context here. This whole rap beef, it's not just songs anymore. It's actually ended up in court.
Yeah, that's a huge development. It's gone legal. What's the main issue there?
Well, Drake is actually suing Universal Music Group. That's the U.S. label for both him and Kendrick.
Okay, for defamation.
Exactly, defamation. He's claiming that Not Like Us falsely accuses him of being a pedophile, and that this has put his safety at risk, damaged his reputation, the whole 9 yards. But it's really crucial to state, none of these allegations have been proven in court. That's just the claim in the lawsuit.
Right. Innocent until proven guilty. Still, that's a massive step, taking a rap lyric battle into a defamation lawsuit. It really raises questions about artistic expression versus legal lines, especially in hip-hop.
It really does. It could set a tricky precedent. But yeah, before the show even happened, the speculation was just off the charts.
Oh, for sure. You could feel it everywhere.
Absolutely. The article mentions internet forums, local barbershops, just buzzing. People guessing about special guests, what Lamar might say, what Drake might do. Constant chatter.
And that pre-show energy comes through in the fan stories the article captured too. Such different takes. Like, they spoke to Brendan Wong, flew in from Calgary, called it a monumental occasion, said he was firmly on his side for Kendrick. That's serious commitment.
Wow, from Calgary, yeah. But then you had the opposite almost. Peter Jin. He showed up wearing Drake's OVO gear right, with the Canadian flag on the owl logo. Said he liked both rappers and was actually hoping Drake might show up for, like, a surprise truce. Or even an onstage battle.
Seriously. A truce. Okay, that's optimistic.
Huh, yeah, maybe a bit. But he said he still enjoyed the show, even though obviously that didn't happen. Shows not everyone's picking a hard side.
True. But then you get the diehards. Julian from Whitby, Ontario, describes himself as a Drake and OVO diehard fan.
Okay.
He didn't even have tickets to the concert. He just came down to the stadium area to show who runs this city.
No ticket, just repping, okay?
Yeah. He even made a point of saying his birthday is October 6th, tying it to Toronto being called the 6th. That's deep loyalty, performing allegiance, literally.
That really shows how tied into local pride this stuff gets, doesn't it? And then there were others, like Anthony Tran and Krisha May. They waited hours for SCA merch, but they admitted we had to get tickets because of the beef.
Ah, so the rivalry itself drew them in?
Pretty much. And Tran even said first he didn't care about the personalities, but then corrected himself like, honestly, I do like Drake better, I'm sorry. Then added, but we are from Toronto, so we gotta rep Drake. It's that local thing again, overriding personal taste almost.
Fascinating psychology there. Local identity is powerful. The article also touched on some logistical things around the show. Mentioned a noticeably stronger police presence, though things stayed peaceful, apparently.
Good to hear. Always a concern with big crowds and high tension.
Yeah. And apparently, some pro-Drake fans had planned a gathering, but it fizzled out. Something about logistical constraints.
Wonder what that really means.
Who knows? Also, Drake had a live stream planned with that internet guy, Kai Cenat. That got delayed a few days, too. Maybe coincidence, maybe not.
Interesting timing, yeah. Adds another layer. So when you put all these pieces together, this one concert, it really wasn't just a concert, was it? It ballooned into this huge cultural moment, highlighting the beef, the legal stuff brewing, and just how passionate and, frankly, complicated the fan reactions are.
Absolutely. Really makes you think, doesn't it? About how these celebrity feuds play out now in the social media age, and how much fan loyalty can actually, like, drive real-world buzz and shape the narrative. It turned a tour stop into a major event.
Definitely. Which leaves us, and leaves you listening, with something interesting to chew on, perhaps. Consider this. How might events like this whole deep dive centered around a conflict, how might it actually end up boosting the cultural impact, the artistic reach of both artists, even while they're fighting?
Conflict is fuel for relevance. It's
Yeah.
definitely something to think about.